This is part one of our next series, Training for Success. Managers, today I want to speak specifically to you. Are you training for success, or are you setting up your new hires for failure? Do you have a new hire training program? I recently took the last 90 days to personally ask over 100 dealerships specifically what their new hire training program is. Well, here is a 3,000-foot view recap. 108 dealerships surveyed, and 11 have a specific new hire training program. That equates to just over 10% having a defined training program, but it clearly shows that just under 90% do not have a new hire training program. Well, leaving the 3,000-foot view and digging in more, I discovered the following. When hiring the experienced salesperson, no training was given regarding the sales process. The training only consisted of taking his OEM test and then sitting for a brief time with the current salesperson to learn how to use the CRM. When hiring the newbie to the car business salesperson, the training offered was to mirror a current salesperson to learn the sales process, take the OEM test, and then learn how to use the current CRM from one of the current salespeople. With each of the 108 dealerships I surveyed, the number one complaint of new hires by the managers was the shortcuts already taken, the bad habits quickly developed, and the lack of working diligently toward the next sale, but rather they began like everyone else, just waiting for the up bus to come rolling in. I wonder if the new hire is now mirroring the habits and shortcuts of the salesperson that trained him or her. Let me ask you a very pointed and direct question. Is the training you are offering your new hires the best training that you would want and expect if you were the new hire? Is your training for new hires inclusive of continued training for success as you would expect, or is it just a short, brief training program, if at all, and then merely hope for the best? Would you rate your training program, if you were the new hire, a comprehensive program designed to help you become successful, or an almost non-existent program pointed toward failure? Salespeople are often thought of as lazy, not good on the phone, and doing very little to build their own business within a business. And too often, they're accused of just waiting for the up bus. My question to you is this: does your training program foster these habits and attitudes because you basically have no training program? Or do you train and teach the tools and attitudes necessary to be successful in the auto industry? Too often we fool ourselves by saying that we advertise for self-starters and good work attitudes and the ability to work with people, but then we don't teach them the keys to success to maximize the very qualities that we are looking for. Or, by not training the experienced salesperson, he or she brings the bad attitudes and habits that they had at their previous job to your dealership. Here is a very revealing recap. Of the 11 dealerships surveyed that have a specific, detailed training program for all new hires, they have the lowest turnover, the highest year-over-year sales increase, and have the highest CSIs of the 108 dealerships surveyed. Is there a correlation between these three items and their comprehensive training program? You can fool yourself and say no, or you can be honest with yourself and say yes. Here is your challenge today. Review your new hire training program, and if it is not one that you would say would be the best training that you could have to be successful, then get to work on it right away. In our next video, we will look at specifics you will want to include in your training program. Remember, winners don't follow. Winners take the lead and do what others don't want to do or won't do. Determine and act today to be a winner.